What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session, and today we're gonna be looking at a little bit of ICM to start with. So we have 12 big blinds on the final table. There's 6 big blind here.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm calling,
This,
like, I don't see any reason to fold.
this
I-
has
I
gotta
think-
be close. I think ace queen suited is like a slam dunker. Like, you gotta kinda go with.
This
This
is
is
probably,
This is the line, I think. It may call some, it's probably gonna fold mostly, I think, though.
I'm thinking ace ten suited, ace jack off, your pairs that you open,
You crazy,
king, queen suited.
crazy. How much Pinot Noir you had this morning? That's nuts.
Yeah, it's all about the 6 big blind stack, right? So,
I think it plays into it enough to make us a smidge tighter.
but it's still like 12 bigs, ace queen. We don't really have risk premium.
Yeah, I think this
So
is all.
when we open off of 12 in this scenario, we clearly are gonna have some raise folds, right? But this has,
Yeah.
this has to be way too high up in range to be a raise fold.
Let's-
This is
let's-
on the bottom of the range.
Let's
Call.
see it a little bit. Let's look at his range. So he
This
should
is
be
small
good.
blind RFI versus low jack RFI. I don't know, he's not really jamming, so it kind of tells on the range a little bit. And, given that range, we're we're doing really good, so it's gonna call.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is kind of, an
okay.
edge case.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe I need some Pinot Noir.
Equal stacks.
The queen's not gonna be great here. I think. This is too good not to put a chip in, I think.
A queen nine's a
not-
slam dunk, right? Queen eight, I'm thinking maybe it mixes some.
Alright, so where's the floor?
Maybe around like, it's gonna start folding pretty heavily around the suited sixes, I think.
He folds queen 6 here.
I think queen seven for sure. I think queen seven folds suited. This one, I'm not sure.
So this is the floor. It can't be worse.
If it's in there.
Plus or minus a pip, man. It's gonna be in this neighborhood.
I will go with, I call queen 7 too.
I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Okay.
Okay, well, this is a different range than
Never-
I had,
never
Jamming
envisioned.
them.
This is a goofy range. This is not one I'm intuitively familiar with. I figured we'd be calling way more. I figured we'd be calling way more here.
Maybe because
Me
the
too.
guy is calling, we're on the spot where he shouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah, it's another edge case. It's kind of a goofy one, right?
yeah.
Do we get to get out of line here? So there's a 22 and 18. I wouldn't be surprised to see us bullying these guys some frequency.
Do we ever
Only-
just
The only
call?
reason, the only reason why I wouldn't raise is because it's EP in middle position. I don't wanna raise, fold this, so I'm either calling or maybe even thinking about folding. But I guess the big stack can't fold, so it's a call.
I think there's gonna be calls. I just don't think it's coming from this region of hands. I think our suited aces are gonna, I wouldn't be surprised to see it just jam here. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the offsuit stuff, not all in raising.
Jamming is wild.
It is wild, right? It
Way
is
wild.
wild.
Just wanna squeeze a little bit.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna go all in. I think it's gonna three bet small.
Nope.
Not
I'm wrong.
even squeeze.
It's not even
I
close.
nailed it again. Mixed calls and folds.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be this passive.
Okay, so
It's because it's under the gun.
a lot, way out of line.
Under the gun opens, there's two shorter stacks in play. He's pretty tight. Let's look at his range, right? Like he's pretty tight, don't you think?
The
8%,
EP fella?
10%, maybe 10% of range.
Doesn't have a hat, but we can look at MP.
MP will be in the neighborhood of things, I think.
What stack size does MP have?
So MP. Okay, so that's versus RFR, so that's not good.
Yeah, he's much
The-
deep, but he has a bigger stack too, middle position.
Low jack versus R5 from the EP. These are all facing an EP open.
Right.
For whatever reason, it's got it like with regards to EP. That's why you can't look at the EP range.
Hmm.
It's a beta feature. It's a
Yeah.
beta feature. Give them a little bit. They'll get it. They'll get it right.
Look
So
at the low
that's-
jack there, at the 18, low jack.
That guy's second in chips, right? So, I mean, we're gonna raise or do we jam?
We can, I don't know, man. I think you're gonna play this pretty aggressive.
I think
It's not
raise.
like he's first in chips. He stands to lose a lot. I would raise here.
Both.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised to see some jamming, but
Okay, so there is some jamming with the wheels. So if you wanna rip your wheels, you gotta find some ace king. But three betting is
Well,
all.
he gets to open fairly liberally because the big stack folded, so now he's the big stack left of all the hands left to play.
Good morning.
this.
Probably kinda wide.
Good
hey,
morning.
man. Look at
What
this
do we,
jerk.
are we doing blind versus blind or is this any,
Louis
any,
just, fired up some generic ICM situations.
oh, so any ICM spot?
Easy fold.
Yeah, I was thinking about what was the calling range for this spot, but
Pretty tight, huh? Look at this.
Actually, it seems quite tight.
Well, there's a 6 and a 12, so we can't get too crazy here.
It's weird that ace 7 suited it's calling more than, well, it's more in range, I guess.
I think that's it.
Well, going all in
Rip
13 with 3 in the middle is,
Rip it.
Alright, we're all
that's,
in.
that's actually almost MDF. It's a little short of MDF.
king eight. You
King
sure?
high, dude, get it in, 5
Yeah,
bigs.
blocker.
You guys sure?
No, but I
Well,
would probably
no.
jam this in game.
I would jam it in game. I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say
never
that's the right.
sure.
Yeah,
This is the bottom of the opening range when we're super deep.
Yeah, but we only have 5.
I think this
so
is
we
a,
get to be
I think this is a
wide.
great jam.
yeah.
Arc, the most
The-
arc he has. Ooh,
The small, the
Forgot.
small blind has to be careful. I don't know if the small blind can call us freely.
Riding the bottom stairs.
I thought
Yeah,
king
it's
5 might
honestly-
be in there too, actually. Maybe skip the king 6, king 7, do the king 5.
Like the
Big
bottom
four.
of our opening range all over. So like, there's a non-zero chance that this guy just goes all in and this guy calls, right?
It's true.
Like,
It's very much true. I don't know, man. Probably just,
2.5. I fold.
I think these ones in the middle I might call.
I'm folding. I don't wanna
this
lose
is,
chips here.
this is trouble, man.
Yeah, I don't wanna play post
is.
flop with an
I-
8 and a 5 stack.
And you know what? The 5 stacks in the big blind next.
And there's an 8 big blind still. I wanna
Yeah,
stay.
yeah,
comfortably
we're-
ahead of that.
We're not even incentivized to be in this hand.
okay, but it's still jack nine, too high
I
card,
know.
1.5 big blind.
I'm out.
You guys wanna fold? I would call here.
I'd like to see the range, but, I think it's close.
We call every offsuit 10, right?
Yeah,
So
I would think
jack
so.
10, it calls.
jack
Jack
10.
9. Are
We
you,
have a very,
I-
I think we have a very small percentage of calls and we're gonna have, say, like. some
Well,
twos
my-
and tens.
My only question is, if we call, what are we happy to get it in with on the flop?
Well, yeah, exactly. A pair of jacks. You're just gonna get boxed up here a lot.
Like if it's jack high. That's still not, I'm still not happy about having to get all in with a 5 big blind.
I think we're jamming more than we're calling our range.
Yeah. We have pretty much the most ICM pressure. Well, the 3 shorter stacks are all tied pretty much. And then we got the most pressure because wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, but we cover him. Honestly, the small blind's the one that should be in the pressure
We'll
cooker,
flat some
but
of our best pairs, right?
This guy's range should be pretty respectful. Like,
So we
he
got-
shouldn't just be raising you a lot.
No, he should be folding to you, be giving you walks.
And he should be limping some, I
Yes,
think.
yeah, exactly. Limping is
Yeah.
what I was thinking. This
I'm worried
seems,
that this range is just crazy nutted.
Well,
I would-
if he's balanced, he should have some of the bottom of his range in there.
This spot is not interesting
Not-
enough for the time we've kind of spent on it.
I know,
Click call.
yeah.
Click call.
Oh, calls.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to see how much the range went all in. Okay.
It was pretty,
looked
It was a
kinda
lot.
nice.
it was
Yeah.
pretty robust.
Fold.
I think with ICM, we could fold this.
Triangle of trash.
The triangle of trash.
it
25
sucks.
equal stack, man, you
Okay.
probably are gonna bully this guy a little bit.
We can three bet.
Yeah,
I think
It's
so.
probably
This is
something
an
From the
attractive
big
combo.
blind, do we three bet?
it's kind of an attractive three bet.
I
Or
think
a
it's
hand
good
like
one.
this, if not this exact one. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see even jams sometimes.
yeah,
But
I think
yeah,
we're jams.
Okay, so, I mean, the theory is there. I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
it's just
King
the
five
wrong,
suited.
just the wrong combination. Right mindset,
And-
wrong,
We want the wheels.
Yeah,
Right.
fair enough.
right
Okay,
mindset, wrong address.
okay.
Exactly.
Wow, we're super deep.
Raise, it may just call, I don't know.
I'm calling.
What's that mine?
I think
You
it
can
might
kinda go-
mix. It might
You kinda go
mix.
chip EV here probably because we're so deep. But I mean, these middle
Yeah.
pairs just play so well calling. Yeah, set mounting's fine.
Yeah.
Do you wanna call it? Even
Basically,
what?
queens. Louis is like, what?
Wow. I mean, okay.
What?
Can tell you, I've never been courageous enough to call queens over there.
Call.
I kinda wanna call here.
Oh, man, 15 bigs open early position. Do we want to ISO him?
Wait, you gonna
Can I
ISO
just
over the
want-
guy?
I guess
If
it's
we're
a
gonna-
call.
It might just be a jam. Like-
I'm thinking jam is a possibility.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
sure.
if you jam and the hijack has a hand here,
Mm-hmm.
if that range is protected at all, it is a complete punt.
Hijack is pretty tight here, right? So
I don't know, to be quite honest. I think the hijack's range, I mean, he's covered in two spots behind him.
He's
So it's
flatting
not like-
jacks.
he's got plenty of
Right.
traps, I think.
Yeah,
It's not like this guy's, super out of line. I like a call here.
Do we have a calling range with two players in the hand? On a
Yeah, from the big blind, you
Yeah.
should,
so
from the big blind.
Alright, this is, it felt like a call, right? Feels like,
let's look at hijack's range.
wow, hang on.
How do we only have three bets here and we don't have
How
jams?
do we not
That's,
complete with ace jack here?
Dominated, I guess.
Dominate, yeah, and it's trash.
So you
Hijack's
don't
range
wanna,
is gonna be just too tight, I think.
yeah, you
I
don't
think
wanna
it's
have
a-
a jack against early position.
Yeah.
And the hands that he flats with are hands like ace jack and king jack.
Yeah, you're
Suited?
right, Pete,
So-
for sure. That's why, like, you
That's-
see mixing frequencies of king jack suited here. Queen jack is just out because you're blocking everything you need him to have. Jack ten out, same difference, same story.
Funny
Like,
to
these
see,
are-
like, you'd rather have like 6-4 suited than 8-7 suited.
Yeah, play the other end of the board.
Yeah.
Yep, and you see that, you see the mixing frequencies between the 9, the 8, and the 7 up top also. So it's just like,
Yeah.
this region of hands is very dicey to,
So we can squeeze like king, queen suited here?
makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I can
Yeah.
see that one.
So that blocks the ace kings of the world, the kings, the ace queens, the queens.
We can maybe find a bad special here as well, but
So, what's the hijack doing, Louis? Let's see what the hijack, let's see how protected it is.
I don't think he has much of a calling range.
He's flatting jacks. He's flatting.
He's got traps, right?
I don't think he
Ace
has
is
any.
at,
He just
ace
Ah.
has,
is at a little frequency, but
it's not-
really.
Yeah, it's not really protected.
Aces and
Ace jack,
queens a
king,
little
queen
bit
and queens.
it's aces.
and queens.
It's aces. It's always aces.
And to answer your question, Tim, I think that's why we don't have a jamming frequency. If he ever shows up with aces there, it is just a tragic, tragic situation.
85 yard.
And
punt.
so his range is actually polarized
Ooh.
then between, you have
Yeah.
super nuts and a bunch of kind of speculative stuff.
I think we
Yeah.
just put the majority of our range in this guy's face here, like.
I know, I was thinking this seems like,
You should be jamming
And
a
I think this
lot
is
here.
a nice hand, like it gets jammed, it's live if it gets called off by like ace ten suited or something.
So if it was jack eight suited, I would jam. I'm just gonna call this hand.
I
See,
actually
I'm-
think jack
I'm
eight
actually-
suited may be
yep.
too good to jam.
I'm actually the other way. I'm kinda with Tim. I'm thinking like I might be more likely to take a jack eight post flop than a jack eight off.
I think it's strong enough, yeah.
I
Our range-
think we,
I don't know, if you think how it's going to compose its range, it's gonna have the top and the bottom are going to be shoving. And there might be some calls mixed in with the middle and cards.
I
Yeah.
want the added
Feels like
equity of
this is
suited
middle,
hands when I'm
right?
called, so.
Let's see, let's look at the strategy. I would raise jack seven.
I'm jamming here, I think.
Yeah.
Up,
Jack
nope,
eight suited calls as well.
Just that these slightly worse ones.
slightly worse.
I,
Yeah, honestly, like you need these really trashy ones, these high-low combos with like.
This is
fours
like
and
middle
below.
of the deck, you know?
I don't think any of us really considered raising the 3x. With a large part of our range.
I don't wanna.
Oh, I absolutely am, but it's like with good and playable hands, it's like.
Yeah, I
you know,
would find
jack
shove
suited.
with these, but I don't shove enough with the trash here. If you see that like 10-7 off, I don't shove here. Gonna 3x and fold. You know, feels better. It's easier. Because people, you have to remember when you look at, you have to look at this, like you don't wanna have too much jams because this guy, if he doesn't call correctly, your jams are become terrible mistakes.
Yeah, it's also a function of how protected that range is. Like small blind should have the top of his range here, I think.
So like I'm looking at jack seven, we can play with this. That's what I see here. This is the area we can play from.
I would. Don't. think
Jack
about it.
eight, a little bit wide, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Wasn't sure. being a big stack.
Folds.
Duff it,
Well, actually, so we are the shortest stack.
I'm ripping it.
we
We
are.
are the shortest stack, so I would not be surprised to see this rip.
Yeah, I think it's
think
too
it's-
strong to consider fold.
I think it's not even the craziest call, like keeping dominated hands. It's actually kind of playable.
I don't think it's a good.
Yeah, but
I think it's either a raise or a fold.
Rip
Me
it.
too.
Oh, it's not a fold. It's
Yeah.
Not a fold.
Not a fold. You rule out, everyone ruling out the fold. Cause for me, it's really 50-50 between raising
When
and
we're short
don't think
stacked against the
folding,
button open,
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
think
know,
folding
man.
this is crazy. I just think, being the shortest stack is gonna take away the fold a little bit.
okay,
Like if
so
there was one shorter stack, I would be more camp fold.
you guys.
I wanna run my
Totally.
equity rather than play a pot out of position after I 3-bet, so, or call. I just wanna run my equity.
cuz like we get called off, we get snapped off by king jack suited here, right? We get snapped off by queen jack.
25 big blind? Are you serious?
Yeah,
25 big,
cuz like,
they call you
cuz
with,
like we have pocket fives in our range. He doesn't wanna just like fold all that equity against pocket fives.
Louis,
Louis,
this,
Think of it
I
this
don't
way,
mind it.
when you have 92 big blinds on the button and you're up against the two shortest stacks, what's the worst hand that you're opening?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good way- it's a good way to-
exactly.
Good way to put it, man. Good way to put it.
Are
Like, I'm
you-
opening.
Are you
Queen is just-
pipping?
King
He's
queen is
still-
just gonna have tons of equity against that range.
I
and
bet
look,
he's
Are you
still open
pipping
at,
80%?
I bet he's still open at 50% of range.
That's why. I
He's for
wanna
sure.
raise, but
Louis, this is also a good example of the gigabet dilemma, which is a very old concept. But all the chips that you have above 78 big blinds is worth less than the chips that you have that at 78 big blinds and lower.
Yeah.
So calling off our 24 big blind shove, he can do it a bit wider because of that concept. Cause those extra chips are worth less to him than the chips of the equals the rest of the stacks.
I understand what you're saying.
For me.
I guess here's
well,
here's
it's-
my issue about,
It's
sorry,
still very
about king,
tough.
queen off.
Like, if this guy has ace king, it's GG.
Oh, good game.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but here's my thing
That's
about
why I'm
three betting not all
going
in.
in.
I'm worried about, I want a super polar range for three betting not all in. One where, you know, I have just like trivially easy calls and trivially easy folds to four bets.
We have to
And,
put
and I think this one,
I-
but I don't think this one has very easy decision there. I think it's actually kind of a hard decision against a four bet jam. And that makes me not want to three bet not all in. That makes me lean more towards,
Feels like we have an easy decision against a jam. No?
kind of, but like he jams
Yeah.
pocket, like he jams mid pocket pairs, doesn't he? He jams like some ace rag stuff against
Whatever you
three
want.
bet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous to three bet a guy with 94 big blinds.
Yeah,
just
And then play
because
out of
So
position.
you wanna shove, you guys are clear here, you guys wanna go up.
On
In game, I'm playing shoves here.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm doing in game.
Okay, it's good.
Because
We don't want
I
any-
don't wanna, I've had my hand burnt. I've put my hand on the stove too many times.
So if you
I
say
not
call,
all in
that's
three
not
bet
good.
here. He calls with his entire range and just takes me to value town with like 9-5 suited or something, cuz I
Yeah.
can't do anything.
Well, that's why you have ace, king suited and kings and queens and aces and some aces that you don't mind folding.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
You're very aggressive.
And this is what I mentioned about
Yeah.
having a hyperpolar three bet not all in range. You know, like you know what to do with kings to a shove and you know what to do with ace five off.
Yeah, and it's really simple to look at this range that he's three betting. You could clearly see what the three bet call and what the three bet fold is.
Well, also, look
Totally.
at his opening range, just out of curiosity. If you
So-
can click hit that hat, if it'll bring it up, I'm kinda curious how much he's actually opening.
Are
If
we
I-
raise folding ace nine suited, right? Or is that calling off?
Raise fold.
Raise fold. How about
Raise
ace
fold.
ten
Raise fold.
suited?
Raise fold.
Raise
So,
fold.
Ken,
This-
if you look at the arrangement here, okay, so.
Jacks plus an ace king are the raise call.
Alright, so if you look
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
not-
arrangement here, you see on the left side of ace queen suited and ace jack suited. Those are like the indifferent combos, cuz they don't know how to play versus a four bet jam, so they're jamming. So the ones to the right are your bluffs, your raise folds, and the ones to the left are your raise calls. That's usually how that like
I mean, I
goes.
feel like all the offsuit aces are a clear call. King, jack, O's a clear fold. I mean, folds. Ace, the offsuit aces are folds. King, jack, O's a fold. Ace nine suited's a fold. I'm not sure about ace ten suited. still.
Ace 10 and the king queen suited, I don't know, that's close.
I think ace ten suited calls.
Absolutely.
Alright,
We can look, right?
You could
Yeah, Louis been quick with the buttons today.
today.
every day.
Can we
Every
look,
day.
LP?
I'm a button clicker. Can we look?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember?
have-
Mario?
No, you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to hit stop training.
Well,
You're gonna have to go back
Oh,
to the last hand we just played.
There it is. Okay.
And now you're gonna have to,
Click on the hat of the button.
well, you're gonna have to bring up the whole range if you wanna see if it's a call or not, so. You gotta find this range. It's gonna be easy to find because there's not too many ranges with 94 big blinds.
94,
What's the-
94, 25.
What's the question? You wanna see if we're calling ace ten suited? Is that?
Yeah, I just wanna see what we
Well, no,
raise fold.
I thought you wanted to see what the button's opening range was.
No, I wanna see what we raise fold, 'cause I still think ace ten suited calls. I wanna make sure I'm not too big of a fish.
Oh, I was more interested in seeing the button's opening range.
Well, you're gonna have to open up another window.
Yeah, I mean, button, yeah, I mean, we should look at that too. I still think it's gonna be at least 50%.
Black Friday.
Oh, no, we know it's gonna be at least 50. We're wondering if it's gonna hit 60 or 70.
Chippy V final table. Look for one with 94. I think it's towards the bottom, Louis. There it
There it
is.
There it is.
Third one up. Did you click the wrong one?
No,
Oh, no,
that's right.
Yeah, he got it. So you gotta do verse four bet. And it was small blind button. And Ken's calling off ace ten here.
Yep.
Which he is calling off.
I'm
ace 10.
surprised
Yeah.
ace nine suited, I would have folded, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have folded
Yeah,
ace
my
nine and
approach.
maybe king queen suited would have been in there, like I said before. But what's the button's opening range? How wide is he opening?
King, queen suited is in there, by the way.
Yeah, It is.
57%.
57%. He didn't quite reach 60.
Suited fives, offsuit sevens.
It's something.
Yeah.
And
king,
all,
queen is
all
just
of-
so far ahead.
all of the suited jacks, which is in like their 40.
Yeah, I feel like
Big blind
calling
range.
ace ten and ace nine there is kinda crazy, just because. It's gonna
Oh,
be
I
such
know
a
the
nutted
answer.
range.
Well,
Ace high suited Broadway is pretty
Just
good.
jam it.
Is it 18 big?
Wait, wait, Louis, you clicked raise?
Yes.
No, you're not three betting. Nah, stop it.
Nah.
You're joking.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I thought we were opening.
Okay, yeah, I was like, what? We're not three betting, not all in.
Oh, or do you fold here?
Nope,
Do you
call.
fold?
Nah,
You
it's a
call, I think
call.
you call, you're the shortest.
We saw it.
Alright,
It's
hold
one of the
on.
first hands.
Yeah.
Still strong
Easy.
enough.
This was much different than the first hand. That's why I wanted to think about it a little bit more, because the
Well,
other,
it's
the
small
arrangement.
blind, big blinds. The other one was button, big blinds. Kind of like, the
Well, the
steal
other-
position for me is very.
Yeah. The other arrangement, it was small blind, big blind, but we had the small blind covered. This time they had us covered.
This
about
is
this
not a
one?
limp trap.
The
Get out.
difference, Ken, was that we had more all-ins on the first one.
Yeah, what kind of shenanigans is this? First off, like, I don't think our range has limps here, really.
Oh, I mean, it's just super nutted. We limp
Why
like
not?
aces. I mean, yeah, we limp
This
some
is
really
a
strong stuff.
fold.
We limp
But
it
yeah, it's
up
a
here.
fold.
How do we not limp?
Dude, he's got six big blinds.
Six
and you
big
got him
blinds.
covered.
Yeah, yeah, no, we just limped the nuts.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jacks plus.
I wouldn't, I don't
Yeah.
find any of these shitty limps. I
yeah,
just
but
fold.
it makes
It's
sense because
fine.
it has to balance the big limps.
I mean, if
Fine.
you think about it, you get some EV there. Like if you limp aces and he has three deuce
Told
offsuit,
you.
he binks a pair on the flop, you get an extra big blind out of him. Like there's value.
And if he has trash and just checks behind, you get to see a flop.
I think I like folding here, man.
I think we can, do we wanna run it
Raise.
for 11? Cause if
I
we
like
open, now everyone else is incentivized to fold until it gets to the big
We could
blind.
fold here.
I like
No.
folding.
Can't fold.
I wonder if,
Oh,
okay, I was gonna say raising is possible given that we're big stack, so it's close.
Yeah,
Four
bump
square
it
raise.
out.
I don't like raising into the
They're
big
gonna
blind.
Shenanigans into us, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they got a lot of attractive rejam stacks. Just, it's not gonna be
yeah, but
fun.
with 10 big blinds in the big blind, like they're all incentivized to fold once we open.
Oh, look at ace queen here.
Wow.
It's 30 bigs, man. What we gonna do?
Oh, yeah. Do you call
Gotta run
pocket
some-
nines though?
I don't call nines here, I don't think.
No, me neither.
Does it four bet jam?
Nope.
Nah.
I don't think we have a calling range really too much here.
I'm
I
folding.
think it's gonna be folds and
About ace
jams.
five suited might jam, huh?
I would think so.
Alright,
It's gonna-
well,
Or does that block his bluffs?
So it's 30, it's like 530 stacks here, I think. It's either 430 stacks. I wouldn't be surprised to see the suited aces. Four bet jamming.
Hold on, LP.
this,
Before you click
this
that,
is borderline because.
hold on, Joe. Before, I just wanna stop him before he clicks anything. After we decide what we wanna do, before you click the action, let's look at the ranges. So we don't have to go back. to see it, you know
My
what I
hand is
mean?
up the mouse.
Yeah, Joe.
I say fold.
Joey, got something?
No, I just think this is borderline because we open, what, 25 to 30% here?
What does that mean borderline
And-
though? Like, what are you wanting to do with these types of hands? What are you wanting to bluff?
Huh?
What do you mean borderline?
don't-
Like, what do you wanna do with it?
Well, so we definitely have to be in there with top 10% hands at least. And this is just, just around that.
If
This
you
would
jam
be the-
this, if you
This
jam
would
this,
be
it's
the
a bluff.
bottom.
It's a
Huh?
bluff. I mean, you're not jamming linearly. It's not about like the top 10% of the hands. Those are the easy ones to kind of like figure out. It's like, first off, is the range polar? Do we have bluffs here? Are
think
you,
so.
are the ace five suiteds of the world jamming here? I think they are, because there's a lot of pressure around the table. So it's like, I mean, yeah, four bet jamming ace 10, ace five suited is, you could say borderline. But, I think it's gonna have some of these polar combos, and it really likes these suited aces. Like these middling suited aces.
Yeah,
Lower suited
That's what I'm,
aces.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure this is a clear cut fold.
Okay, so are you voting linearly? As in pretty much just value, or are you voting polar? Where we have
I
some
think
of
I
these
would,
blocker.
I think I would go polar.
I'm kind of polar as well. I think it may just jam this.
I'm
It may,
extremely linear here.
I'm voting polar fold.
I think we're polar, but I don't think this one's in there.
I think this middling section will do quite a bit of folding, like the 8, 7, 9s of the world. It'll mix folds and jams, maybe.
Click the
Yeah.
range,
Folding.
so we don't lose it.
What range do you wanna see?
We're 50-50 on jabs and folds.
The
So
cutoff
just
range.
click the
Let's
range.
see
Oh,
the
you see the range when you click it. Okay.
See, it is a jam.
So, not
Yeah.
many calls. We're not really calling. You could probably just omit this fraction.
Yeah,
And it is pulling from these, suited aces. Quite heavily.
Doesn't like the ace.
And like I said, we have to play 30% of our range, and that's pretty much exactly where we're at.
Wow.
I'm over folding in this spot.
Well, I don't think that's bad, Pete, cuz you know, some of the, that's why you have to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt, man, because
That's a
like,
savage strategy, cause
Oh, yeah.
this guy just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start rejamming king nine suited and you start, your line starts to dip in the game.
Well,
keep
now-
playing.
In game, in game against a human, I'd have no problems folding this. But when you're playing against the cutoff, I was just trying to visualize my range in my head, and that's what it's telling me. It's like, no, you can't really fold this, or you're folding too much.
you gotta have some of this in your game. Like, you don't have to have like mixed frequencies of ace six and all of the suited wheel aces, but. You know, removing some of that and maybe just isolating it to ace five suited and ace four suited at full frequency is probably not bad in this spot. Because that dude should be boxed up, man. Like if you jam on him. And he doesn't have, he has anything other than like the stone cold nuts.
Well, what is he doing first? Is there a bit
So-
of juice in here?
There should be some shenanigans here.
Oh
So there
my
is some.
God, this is the ranger attacking, man.
So
Yeah,
it
like-
doesn't like the ace six as much because that's one of his three bets. I thought
What
the
is-
ace seven might block his three bet, so that's
Sure.
kind of why I was out.
You're praying he finds king, queen off here or ace four.
Ace jack is gonna be in the box. Ace queen off is gonna be in the box.
And
Yeah.
you
You're getting
really
called
wanna
by a
put
lot of
people in the box, see what they decide to do with ace jack and ace queen?
Well, this
might
is
be-
why this is why I said exercise caution with these types of strategies, because like. It's profitable to do this kind of stuff because of like all of their fragments of bluffs here, which may or may not be reality, right? Like
Right.
this may be a completely linear range and you're just torching money by
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah.
There may
Yeah,
not be a
if-
single bluff in that range.
If his range is gonna be more linear, your hands like tens and nines are gonna do better there. Where
Yeah,
they're gonna
that's right.
face the two over cards more often,
Fold.
I like folding here.
rather than always just a bigger ace or bigger king.
Yep, I would agree. That's probably how that shifts. You could
What?
HRC a
That-
situation like that.
That looks a bit wide.
yeah.
You know what? We get to be wide because the button's only got 5 bigs. When he folds, the rest of the table has to be super tight.
Yeah, look at this chip arrangement. Like honestly, like I would not be surprised to see a lot of your range just open jamming here.
What is this? 8-5 off?
Yeah,
Dude, you
you're
own
opening
this
like
table.
90%
Look
of
at
range.
this. Look at this, look at this. Like, what are they gonna do?
Okay. Yeah, we're
You're
just, ripping into, I guess, at this point.
You're just high fiving the button, telling him you'll grab a burger after the final table if he keeps folding at that point. You just jam, jam, jam.
I hope you're the last guy left with two big
So,
blinds.
what's the
Oh,
Dude, this
button
is free
stack?
money. This is free money fold.
The button stack is 18.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate
Yeah,
that you
just
can't see the
fold.
stacks. That drives me bonkers.
Me too.
Well, I think the small blind just flatted, so it's 18.
Yeah. it's a-
Sure, but in any case, like, there's been a lot of cases where I can't see a stack.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's not.
But
out.
yeah, fold. Easy, I mean, fold.
Out. What are you doing, LP?
Super marginal.
Look at jacks. Jacks are like, okay, you can have it.
We don't call, we just rip. Ace, king.
And this is one of those spots where people in our games are really bad. People like, in the big blinds, like get in with like pocket nines here a lot.
Oh, yeah, like I see some people put in like ace jack suited here. Or
Yep.
like pocket tens, like it's not even a question, like just boom. I'm all.
And like, to be fair, pocket tens isn't probably
Sevens.
losing a lot, but it's just super high variance. Yeah, sevens is punting.
I
Sevens
see
is
them
deep.
in there. They got a pair. They don't fold, man.
Yeah,
They can.
yeah, exactly.
Man, I think we
stacks.
probably take this one, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we probably do take things
Button cutoff hijack, low jack.
against balanced.
I'm
What?
folding.
It's gotta be close to the floor, like ace jack suited, I think is.
This is a fold.
Man,
It's
he
a
just,
fold.
he just jams so much garbage. Like he's jamming jack ten suited. He's jamming like nearly like half the aces in the deck.
I would
No.
call from the big blind, but I'm
Um,
out.
Hey, I'll say this, okay, in game, I'm actually folding here.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
folding this in game. I'm thinking like as
think-
far as like an equilibrium strategy from a solver, it's gotta be close.
I agree.
I think low jack's range is probably around 12 to 16%. So I think ace jack is just outside of,
I think it's wider than that.
I think it is too.
If
All
you,
in?
if you think that he's not shoving aces, kings and ace king suited, this is a call.
I
Right?
think he's
I think
shoving,
he's,
I don't think he has much of a min raise strategy here. Maybe some
He might-
aces. Well, I'm wrong. Look at this.
Yeah, aces, kings.
so what do you
and
wanna do
ace
against
king
that
suited.
range?
Still folding. He's got jacks, tens, nines, sevens, sixes,
You,
ace king,
you
ace
honestly are
queen.
doing, you're doing quite well versus this range.
You're doing very well. He has ace ten, king
Yeah.
king jack, ace five,
I'm calling
sixes.
versus, if I'm in a big blind, I'm calling, I'm out.
I think this is the line. It's gonna be indifferent.
Do you see his jamming range, Ken? We're ahead of everything.
And-
it's seen.
Yeah, but he's
I-
got all the
and
offsuit as well.
look at his total range, 16%, just like I said.
The big
Got
blind.
the
I'm not-
pairs and offsuit, so
I-
12, 24, 30, 36, 42. He's got like. Between pairs and offsuits to beat us about 60 combos, and then the suited stuff's less than that.
Call.
Good calls.
The big blind
It's a
has a
pip.
thumb.
It's a pip wider than I was thinking. I thought ace jack was suited. I thought ace jack off was gonna be kinda like folding. Ace jack suited was gonna be calling.
I
So
thought
a
it was the
call
floor.
folds.
I
Is
thought
it
it
a
was
call?
the floor.
Is it a call fold when big blind jams?
I don't know,
I guess
man. Are you
so.
guys-
I mean, I don't
It's
have
flying me a
a
river.
calling range here. I don't play a calling range here.
If you want to flat with aces and kings here, you have to have some raised folds, and sevens and ace jack are gonna be down.
With
Sevens,
10
eights.
Yeah,
big blinds
sure,
in
I just
already, Ken, I
don't.
think you call.
We
Yeah, I
should
don't
look.
know the answer, man. It's a wild one. I don't know if
Well-
you're gonna have this range. It's a squeeze call range, so it's gonna be kinda goofy. Like you'd have to HRC it, I think.
This
We're
is a
all-
final table with 7 guys left. This is a $900 pay jump. You flat and you fold ace jack when it gets jammed on by the big blind.
I think it's a
Um,
fold too, but we should look since no one knows, right?
Well, you're not gonna be able to find the squeeze. This squeeze range that you're wanting to look at, Ken. You're gonna have to HRC it. It's not gonna have it. Cause it's a all in call jam response. I don't think it's gonna have it.
So
Clearly
pre-flop
it doesn't.
academy has it here. It doesn't have it elsewhere. The whole solution.
No, he
It
didn't
doesn't
play.
ha-
No,
It doesn't have
the
every,
solution past this point.
it doesn't have every branch of the tree for all of the multi-way.
The
spots.
rest is like, having a weak call here and then big blind shove. It's
No, I purchased it,
Hello.
pre-flop academy for a month and I don't think I'm doing it for a second month. Cause the reason I really wanted it was for the three-way multi-action pots and it doesn't have as many as I thought.
No, it's not, for multi-way, it's not really the best tool, but for ICM training like we do together, that's kind of pretty much it,
It's
right?
really good for squeeze
Yeah.
ranges too.
So it's solutions. We can look at solutions, basically.
It does have good things, but the thing I was looking for the most,
No,
I'm
for sure,
not-
it's
I'm not
really
finding enough
expensive.
of it.
It's really expensive for a trainer, but also like, it's one of the best tools on the market for ICM because it has a lot of solutions.
Yeah, but for $80 a month, there's,
Very expensive, right?
there's better tools that I can purchase to get more out of.
Well, and we can get some of the value by doing it together.
Rip it.
Again. And you also could, save a
Ooh.
portion of that if you use promo
I-
codes.
I didn't have a promo code for pre-flop trainer.
We do.
Wow,
them
I'm
all.
actually surprised that we're ripping.
Oh, I
this.
didn't
feel
know
like
that.
A lot of these spots,
Well, ask.
we four bet very little, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we're in position, blah, blah, blah.
He's got us slightly covered, so he could be slightly out of line, I guess. I mean,
Can
queen's
get-
too good.
Where you
And
going?
here. Cause
There you
I'm
go.
thinking about getting GTO wizard for next month.
Yeah, we got a
Okay.
discount code.
Can you, hit me up with it after session?
Yeah, and the one thing is, Joey, the
Mhm.
discount code's only once, so if you buy a month, you get to use the discount code once. If you wanna upgrade it, like if you wanna buy for a year after that, the discount code is.
Oh, okay.
There you go. He's
So I
got it
bought
all
the
right
starter
there
for a year.
Yeah. Subscribe
Oh.
now. This is- What does
And
it
I'm-
say? No. What did it say? Go. What,
It
what's the
says too
comment?
many fish in that swimming pool.
We don't know that. We don't know that guy.
Yeah, it's Sean, my Japanese friend.
Upvote it, man. Upvote it.
Claudium
Maybe
stream.
Maybe we'll start, click that upvote. Smash that.
I love it.
upvote
I
button.
love it. It's funny.
I fold.
Do we?
All in? Fold?
I'm folding.
I'm not so sure about folding.
Fold and
Oh,
all in.
Oh,
okay.
Shut. Like even though he's short, like, it's like the button, right?
yeah,
It's
but
like
we're,
the deal.
we're the big stack.
Yeah, but if we lose, we're not big stack anymore. That's why I thought we'd fold.
We got 5, we got good equity.
No,
Like, you can survive.
It's notable to me that they built that button strategy with, raising or all in, whereas I think some people would, from 10 big blinds would have limping or all in. And it's just based on the settings they used.
yeah, even if we call lose that, we're still the big stack.
Tied with 2 other people. I know, he would become the big stack, right? 10, 20. Yeah, he would have been the big stack. We would have been tied with 2 other people for some.
Okay, so this
So
should be a
here
call.
we're maybe, but we're tied for second place with 4 people with a short stack. So we're
Exactly.
under a lot of ICM pressure.
Middle
it's
stack
caller.
versus middle stack, we can scam him if the fire comes.
Yeah.
This guy's
but I
raising
think it's
into
like,
daddy's big blind. Get out.
I think it's more like call or fold. I mean, like,
I'm
I don't
folding.
think call's crazy, but I think it's a pretty low value spot, actually.
My first idea was to fold, but the thing is, if a 5 comes, we can scam him. A
Yeah,
big,
but if,
But also, he's not just like punting 40 big blinds, you know, in a,
he
without
might,
something super strong.
he
And big
So
blind
might,
has
how
to
much
let us
of,
see the flop.
We
how much of the
got
range do you think's actually calling here? I don't think there's much of a calling range here.
Okay.
that's what I was trying to
It's up
say.
For now, it sets up for now, and we're kind of
I-
deep, so I think.
I
we
know,
have
but
a-
any call we make, the big blind's gonna squeeze quite often.
Okay, so you guys wanna go fold?
I wanna raise or
I w-
fold, and I'm leaning
Yeah.
fold if those are the
I'm
options.
okay with calling, but I just think it's close.
I
I think
would
it's kind of low value.
Oh, I'm way out of line. 1,
Okay, I was wrong about the calls. There
4
are
pips off.
there
Well-
are some calls here,
But
but
they're from a lot of hands I can call and call.
It's just worth pointing out our risk premium is high, therefore our range is tight.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's the-
you're right.
That's the
Tim.
thing to take away.
yeah.
Whatever you want to do with it, just don't VPIP too much there.
Don't come crying to me when you punt all your ICM
Raise.
off.
Raise it up.
Okay.
King 7,
guys
king
make
6
you can
probably
raise it
raises a
sometimes.
bit more, but I think this one's gonna raise.
I
some.
would check here. This is the middle of the deck.
I would check king 9.
I would raise
raise
king
king
5, king 6, maybe even king 7, but this one,
I'm starting to raise the king 8.
do you guys
Now,
want
I think this is mixed. I'm just not sure if it's mostly call or mostly raise.
king 5? Alright, this is the middle of the deck. We don't need to.
Uh,
Yeah.
12%.
There's a sliver, but
I'm a little aggro. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm still not letting that guy see a flop. I have a blocker against the nuts.
Bunch of bullies. That's what you are.
So
I'm
this is too
fine.
good, right? Just stick it in his face.
Stick it in his face.
What?
Ah,
Micro 3-bet.
I think it's too good. I think you probably
Aces.
just go for it.
Okay.
I say that, but I don't know, man. Like, this is a really trash spot, right? Like, all options are not great here. Jamming's not great, folding is bad, calling is not great. Like, there's no good options here.
Calling's awful.
It's
I'm
like
jamming.
politics. Let's go
Alright.
for the lesser evil.
Calling's awful.
do we have any calling range here?
Yeah. so
Calling is awful.
Yeah,
Also,
this hand.
what the
This
heck,
is
what the heck
why,
is this three bet from low jack? It's like,
This is why not all in 3-betting is so powerful with these micro 3-bets, because every offer he extended us is trash. So it's like,
You gotta pull ace queen to him sometimes.
yeah, dude, you're digging in the dumpster here, looking for, the right answer. And, it feels bad, man. Like, real
This
bad with
is
this.
the real feel bad spot.
Yeah, it's like,
caught that-
what do you do?
I caught a guy doing this to me with queen 5 of diamonds. earlier
Right, and that is
this weekend.
why, yeah, you get people doing those kind of shenanigans. That's why you can't fold these spots, but like,
is
I
he a
don't know, man.
crusher? Is his poker scope just like infinite?
Fold.
Probably
Trust
not. If he three bets queen 5 suited, probably not. to-
Dude, if he's picking his spots right, I think it could be like, if you
If
only
it's a-
need them to be
If it's
three
a
betting.
king 5, I mean, that's really good. Or it could be, but a queen 5 is always gonna be out of line.
It was in one of my
Alright.
2 deep runs this week.
What about this one?
Fold.
This is easy, man. You got nines. Nines are trash. Like, I think we're out of here.
Yeah, but what about the saying like 9, 9, 9, 9?
No, no, no,
Never
no.
heard it.
I've never heard that
Oh,
before.
the commercial. Well, that's from a
Oh.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
worst
not-
thing that
That commercial
can
has
happen?
honesty.
Louis, do you know what 9 means in German?
Yeah, it's
No, 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 no.
Yeah, it's an unhappy German.
Yeah, the problem is you might face 3
Oh,
overcards
I
here.
knew it. I knew it because we're too deep. We had like 70 big blinds here and then it's not enough and we can take out 2 guys.
Alright,
I
hold
put-
on. Hold,
Louis,
I-
put it over aces real
yeah,
quick.
that's what I was
Are
gonna
we getting
say. Highlight
10% of aces?
0.21. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
I
will
don't
take.
care, man. I'm not calling this.
Oh, he
gotta
doesn't
call it.
care.
I'm just
Yeah,
not doing it.
The floor, you do what you want with the floor, I guess.
Just not doing it there, man.
yeah, the problem is like in that spot, you run up against 3 different overcards too many times.
Don't do it,
Oh,
Louis.
what? Louis,
Are you guys
So you-
serious?
in
now?
there.
Louis, you gotta, alright,
Louis.
there's a new rule. If someone's talking, like Peter was just doing, don't go clicking buttons, man.
Are you serious? It's pocket
Yes.
queens. What are you gonna
Yes.
do? What are
Louis,
you gonna do? You're gonna
Lou-
fold?
Louis,
We're
stop
gonna
for a
remove your
second.
button clicking privilege.
Stop for a second. We saw a hand similar to this earlier. It was cut off versus the button
You
and
can't,
jacks.
you can't apply
jacks
the,
were
you
folding.
you can't apply previous hands. You have to look at this scenario. And this scenario is easy. Button's got you covered. He has like 38 big blinds. If this is protected at all, you're screwed. Like, you're just lighting money on fire here. There's an 18, there's a 12, there's a 6. Like, you should be counting dollar bills.
Yeah, I mean,
What do
he's
you
got
think this
ace,
is?
jack, pocket 9s and
What
aces
do you
and
think
kings.
this is? What do you think this is? Look at this range.
Aces, ace, king and pocket 9s.
You do well versus like 40% of this.
Not even that much.
Yeah, that's a lot of ace king in there, right? Even though
Yeah.
I don't know how realistic that ace king is.
Well,
I
the
think people
problem
just jam
is
that.
when you jam, you fold out all of his hands that you are doing
Oh,
well
wait,
against.
you
and
know what?
play
Yeah.
Against his best hands, which you're doing terrible against.
Wow.
Honestly, I was gonna say, like, before you click the button, I would fold this in game, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I was
Yeah,
gonna,
dude, the button, man, the button.
what I
scares
was
the
gonna
crap
say
out of me.
before is, I know Galen disagreed, but we had a similar position, but the raise and call were from cutoff and button and we still folded jacks.
How many blinds, how many people were at the table and how many big blinds did everyone at the table have? You don't know.
We had the big stack, or no, it was, we were in the big blind. The button went in for 18, small blind called for 18. And we had the big stack.
That's still not enough information.
Right, no, there was and there was a small stack coming up, but I'm just saying how tight it was then. And this has to even be tighter based on just
Well,
positions.
that's fair. That's fair.
Like, here's the situation. This 12 big blind guy is going home a lot. The 6 big blind guy is going home a lot. You're just moving from 7th to 5th. And I mean, that's gonna be a big pay jump.
I gotta say, like, okay, what is the probability of you going busto here if you decide to put your chips in?
Probably half the time.
I would think, I would
Yeah.
say that is probably a pretty good guess, Ken, half the time. And then if you fold, what's the
No,
probability
I
that
think-
you get like at least 2 pages?
I think it's even more because we're not against just the button range, which we weren't doing great against. We're also against the low jack range,
I mean, I
Which-
consider we were.
which is
against two
probably
people.
wider, but against two people, we might be going home 60 to 70% of the time.
To be honest, it doesn't matter too much. The fact that like, if it's any number that's greater than like 30%, like we could be off 20% of the time here. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, like. If you fold here, the probability of you getting at least 2 to 3 pay jumps is way higher than that. The probability of us getting those pay jumps if we call here.
Very tough spot.
Right,
Yeah, it's kind of a. One, you can easily make mistakes. I like folding here.
I
Stuff
think
it.
I'm gonna fold.
We have 6 big blinds and an ace.
Yeah.
We
I'm
also
gonna
have a
button.
button. We also have
Don't
the
knit it
button
up.
next.
I'm gonna I'm gonna hope the button and big blind and cutoff collide here and I hit a pay jump.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
I'm okay
button.
with, I'm okay with putting it in. I wanna get called off by Jackson suited. King 9 suited.
What's the worst cutoff you're opening from the king, Galen?
What's the worst cutoff I'm opening, or what's the
Yeah.
worst hand I'm opening from the
Worst
cutoff?
10 you're opening from the cutoff.
The worst 10 specifically?
The worst hand.
Oh, sorry, hand. Yeah, man, I like, okay, I'm gonna be pretty wide here. Like, I'm gonna be a little
Yeah.
respectful because the button has 48 and he can. He should be putting me in a nasty situation, but I don't know. I'm still opening like offsuit tens and stuff here.
I'd say,
yeah, I'm thinking tens and some of the suited sevens.
I think cutoff's opening about 15 to 17% of range.
So you have an ace blocker and you have the lowest risk premium. Stuff the turkey.
It may be a fine jam, like, I would fold, I think, though.
No.
I wouldn't
Okay,
find a call.
Ace 7.
Cuspy.
I'm never finding the call there.
Yeah, I don't have a call range here, to be quite honest. I'm just.
Yeah.
Louis,
So you call fold. I guess you try, hope the
Yeah.
big blind squeezes and then you just get out of the way. Kind of set the shit in motion,
So this looks reasonable. This looks
Yeah,
reasonable. Is that
tens
where
and
the
a
range
couple of the
goes?
sevens,
raising way more than I thought.
eights, tens and eights.
I'm
And
too
then, like
tight.
you said, offsuit tens.
Mhm.
Well, without ICM, he should be raising,
Give me out.
nines and sevens.
You gotta find some calls with ace 5 suited here, king 9 suited.
Well,
So-
they block some of the better hands.
Feels like a punt, doesn't it?
So this is where you migrate maybe some of those
Fold.
ace 7s and ace 9s into making pocket 8s more full frequency.
Mm. This is a fold. I'm fairly
Fold.
confident. Like the
Yep.
table is super shallow.
Definitely fold. The next big blind is got 5.
Ace 10.
It's 10. It's not like a slam. I mean, it's close.
Look at
Closer
pocket
than I
8,
thought.
pocket 7. Fold.
Do we just apply pressure here sometimes?
Three bet
5.5 big
small
blind.
and fold.
I kinda like that, Ken. I kinda like a not all in 3-bet here.
Love it.
Okay. It's not crazy.
Good. Bit of
We
work
mostly
on.
go all in. We have a little bit of bluffing.
Right, so you see that same arrangement. The extra equity combos jam and the offsuit trash ones, stick and move.
Raise.
Here we go, micro three
I
bet.
think this is a 3-bet, not an all in.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
I like
Yeah.
raise.
Yep, queens goes all in, kings raises.
Fold.
Oh, four big blinds.
Yeah,
Fold.
I guess-
Raising.
Fold.
Fold, man.
guess
This
we
is
gotta
free
fold.
money, dude. It's free money.
This-
Fold. Get out of there.
Yeah, like.
I'm never
No.
gonna all
Dare.
in. I
Don't
would
you
either
dare.
call or fold. I'm folding.
Don't you
Fold,
dare.
fold, fold.
You guys sure?
Don't you
Guy has,
dare.
guy has four big
The
blinds.
guy who
and
opened
mix.
has 4 big blinds left.
Get out of here. Look at king, queen suited. You're going broke with king, queen suited, Louis. Ace, queen suited. You're going broke.
What?
You're going broke.
What? What is this? What am I
It's free
looking at?
money, man.
What am I looking at?
Take your free money.
Ace queen?
Free.
Nap fold.
Ah. Okay, we raise his queen. This is a disaster. I'm gonna fold.
I think you
Don't go
call,
so
man.
fast.
I just don't wanna even think.
Cut
about
off,
it.
3 bets versus early position. I think it probably is a.
No,
fold.
I think we can fold this.
Cut off three bet jammed into two
Yeah.
bigger stacks,
This
so
is
it's
just
time to
a
go.
terrible hand at ICM.
Yeah, it's
Terrible.
honestly,
When you have a-
ace queen is the trap. Like,
we
it's a
were-
trap hand.
It looks good, but I keep getting my hands burned and it's costing me a fortune.
So like,
It
if we were
costed me a
hijack,
few wardrobes and a lot of shirts.
if we were
Hijack.
hijack, we're calling, right? We're just going with it.
Maybe.
Yeah, hijack, I think our range is wide enough that we still have to call. But we open from early position. We don't
I don't know what-
have, don't
I don't know
have
what
that
you're saying,
many.
Ken. Are you saying like if you're in the hijack and covered? Are you saying if you're in the hijack with 54 big blinds? Like,
I'm
what-
saying
what
the
are you-
exact scenario, but our position's hijack. instead of
Even
sleeping.
ace queen suited. Even suited.
The exact scenario, we cover the guy, so I think it's closer to a call.
So. this
You
here, this
might
here.
get out of line here a little bit. I think you're gonna have to be respectful mostly, though.
Big
I would
blind.
Oh, no,
fold.
no, 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 no. It's a raise call, sorry. I think you just fold here.
We squeeze the suited, right? We'll bluff the suited wheel aces.
I think you're
not
right,
this.
Ken.
I
Yep,
think
I
there's
think you
gonna
want
be a
that.
sliver here.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Just call.
maybe.
It's gonna pull some raises from that area of the deck.
Well, it's more than a sliver, it seems.
It's a popular combo, a popular region, sorry,
No,
rather.
no, for sure, for sure.
I mean,
Fold.
All in?
Cut off,
I'm
I'm
tempted,
folding.
I'm tempted to jam, to be honest. I think it's a jam or fold.
This is almost a bad special. We have a suited king. Does it get
Folding
better
from
than
cut
this?
off.
There's
we
still
could-
th-
We
three
put a
guys to
lot of
act.
pressure on the low jack though, too.
Yeah, he doesn't wanna bust before these two.
And the other stacks don't wanna bust either or get crippled before the 9 big blind hits the
Yeah,
the two shortest stacks are hitting the blinds next.
this is a train spot. We are the train. Oh no,
Oh, it's a fold.
oh no.
So look, honestly, it's not correctly identified that you can get after this guy. It's just you really want that suited ace blocker. We're not pulling from the suited tens. Like, we're targeting these types of hands, I guess.
Hmm,
The risk of collision is really high. And our pressure is high because everyone is fairly equistacked, but we are at the top of the pile.
oh, I see. Also, like he's jamming these hands here. So with
Right.
king ten suited, when he min raise, we're either behind. Or
We're
ahead.
blocking we're blocking the region we wanna be attacking, kind
Yeah,
of. Like, it's
so-
not,
We wanna keep
not
the
very
few
good.
times we have a better ten, basically.
So we got 40 hands. Are we gonna stay on this or are we gonna do something else?
Up to you, Ken. What do you want?
No, it's not up to me. I'm just